Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever stopped to think about how fate loves to write stories full of irony? In the middle of a season filled with ups and downs, comes a game that has everything to be much more than just another on the calendar. Welcome to Warriors News Fan Update, where the emotion of being a Dub Nation fan is taken seriously. If you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and like the video and subscribe, because today, my friend, the storyline is heavy. Golden State Warriors and Miami Heat face off this Tuesday, but what's at stake goes far beyond points in the standings. On the court, it won't be just two teams. There will be ghosts, memories, and maybe even a bit of redemption. On one side, Jimmy Butler returns to Miami in a reunion full of uncertainties. Will he be celebrated or questioned? On the other, Andrew Wiggins faces his former team, the Warriors, for the first time since the trade. But look, maybe the real protagonist of the night isn't who the media is pointing to. While the spotlight is ready to shine on Butler, it might be Wiggins, quiet but explosive, who steals the show. With 42 points against Charlotte under his belt, he steps on the court with confidence and perhaps something to prove. Not as revenge, but as affirmation. And as a Warriors fan, you can't help but feel that lump in your throat. Wiggins arrived doubted, the result of a controversial trade that sent D'Angelo Russell away. But all it took was one magical season for him to become one of the pillars of our 2022 title, defending, scoring, leading by example. That guy who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Seeing Wiggins on the other side today feels strange. It's like seeing an old friend move on while we still hold the best moments in a mental photo album. And even though he's with another franchise now, what he built here will never be forgotten. He's part of our recent history, and honestly, part of our heart. The game tips off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's going to be full of emotion. On one side, the Heat trying to find their soul again. On the other, the Warriors testing their new pieces, wanting to show that their identity still pulses, even without Wiggins. But who knows? Maybe tonight ends with improbable becoming unforgettable. And do you think Wiggins will shine again? Do you believe Butler will be cheered or booed? Tell us in the comments. And of course, if you enjoy analyses like this, with stories that go beyond the lines, leave your like, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, and activate the bell. Because here, every game is a narrative, and you're part of it. You know what really gets me about this game? It's that it represents everything that makes the NBA magical. It's not just about stats, minutes played, or efficiency. It's about connections. About guys like Wiggins, who arrived in silence but left an echo. About what he meant in pressure moments when we needed someone who wouldn't blink, and he didn't blink. That game against Boston in the 2022 Finals is still fresh in the mind of any Warriors fan. It wasn't Curry, it wasn't Clay. It was Wiggins who carried the team on defense, guarding Tatum like the title depended on it. And it did. That moment sealed his legacy in San Francisco. And now he's back and not to the Chase Center, but in front of a crowd that also recognizes the weight of a guy like him. The irony? He could be the villain of the night, not by choice, but by consequence. Because when Wiggins is confident, he changes the game. And if he wants to prove he still has a lot to offer, this is the perfect stage. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler will try to win back the crowd with a tribute video. But we know the fan's heart is unpredictable. Does what he lived in Miami still outweigh the recent behind-the-scenes conflicts? Or will fans prefer to turn the page? And that's when the game turns into something bigger, a living story written live with every possession, every shot, carrying meanings that go beyond the scoreboard. Be it boos or cheers, big buckets or blocks, reunions or silent goodbyes, this night will leave a mark. So get your heart ready, because this is not just another game. It's a chapter apart in the journey of these two franchises. And here at Warriors News Fan Update, we don't just follow, we live every second of it with you. If you like this preview, hit that like button, comment what you expect from the matchup, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Turn the bell because there's much more coming. Behind the scenes, analysis, rumors, and of course, that passion only Dub Nation understands. Now, let me open my heart here as a Warriors fan. Seeing Wiggins on the other side of the court still gives me a lump in my throat. Because the truth is, this guy earned the respect of Dub Nation not with words, but with effort. He was never the most media-hyped, never sought the spotlight, but when the game got tight, he was there. Quiet, precise, essential. That series against the Celtics in the finals, unforgettable. That was when many, even outside of San Francisco, finally saw the player Wiggins had become here. He was no longer just a failed promise. He was a champion, a true warrior. So even though he's wearing another jersey today, it's impossible not to root for him to shine. Not against us, of course, because a Warriors win always comes first, but so the whole world sees what we saw up close for so long. Wiggins may have left, but his legacy remains. And that, my friend, not even time can erase. He is part of our story. And even though tonight's spotlight is all on Jimmy Butler, I have no doubt a lot of hearts will be torn when Wiggins goes up for that first shot. So yes, I want us to win, as always. But I also want Wiggins to get the recognition he deserves. Because anyone who saw that 2022 title knows, without him, the story would have been very different.